What's up guys, it's Nuts UKM back with another edition of the Legendary Weapon Review. So for those who watched the previous one, you will know that, which was the origin story, you know this one is going to be focused on this bad boy, the 765. This thing is crispy in PvE. Well, I say crispy, I mean it's good in PvE, particularly good in the Nightfall. Seems to really shred through. So interesting gun, just want to go through and as always just have a look at the way that the gun's set up for you. Actually, let's start down here. So the statistics of this gun: impact will be going around 60 out of 100, range at 39, stability at 42, handling at 66, reload speed is 61, the magazine obviously there is 16, zoom is at 20 out of 100. Interestingly enough, the aim assistance is 70 out of 100, which is, I think, pretty high. We've then got the Torch HS3, which is greatly increases range, slightly decreases the handling speed, and the Jolt, which increases the range and slightly increases the handling speed. So you've got one that decreases but greatly increases the range, and the other just slightly increases both of them. Now, you kind of want to go for the one that, in my opinion, greatly increases the range, purely on the basis that the handling is currently sitting at 66, whereas the range is only at 39. So whilst we don't know obviously how much it does increase and decrease by, it's going to be a bit more of a balanced weapon. Accurized rounds, so it can fire longer distances. Again, it increases the range. Armor piercing rounds cause extra damage to combatant shields and over penetrate targets. This for me would be the PvE perk. Again, I'd probably say this is more the PvP. I might have just said PvP twice. This would be Crucible, this would be Story, would be my suggestion. And then full auto trigger system, holding down the trigger will fire this weapon in full auto. So this comes in the special weapon slot, and the only way I found that you can get this gun so far is through a legendary engram drop. So it's not a case of doing any missions or anything like that. It's just a case of luck of the RNG. So hopefully you'll be lucky enough to get it, because like I said, I found it was very useful in the Nightfall, and that is really, this week is when I came across this weapon. It was probably, I think it was just sat in my my little slots here, 277, and I think I ended up infusing a spare Mida multi-tool into this, and adding a mod on there as well, just to bring up to 290, because it was very useful in the Nightfall. Obviously the way the new Nightfalls work, for those, if you haven't done a Nightfall and you want to find out yourself, this will be a bit of a spoiler, I've given you enough time. The way the Nightfalls work is they now have elemental changes throughout, so all of the elements will be used throughout the Nightfall continuously. So when you have Void, I found the 765 Scout Rifle to be very proficient. Obviously the good thing is as well is you can change the element that's being used, so that kind of helps too, because at the end of the day you could, if you really like it, you could have one of each. Why not? It's a good thing about this game, it's high customization. So we have okay, well, we've jumped into a game, and it's already started, so we're gonna just, so you see that 29, and I don't think one of them was a crit shot, so 29 was where we're at. 29 points for a 44. I mean, 29 for a body shot, 44 for the crit shot. So he's the Mida. So pretty decent, you know, not too bad. Have a quick little test. Relatively controllable auto fire, which is fine, and pretty good aim down sight. Oh god, you know what? I might have to start going into patrol to doing the recoil tests, because that was awkward. We're just going to do a recoil test, and then what we'll do is straight after we'll get blown up by a rocket, because it's a great effect for the video. I feel like there were about 2 or 3 of them on the radar and they've just all disappeared. So we're gonna swoop around the back. Obviously with this weapon I would suggest you aim to go at your, I mean, yeah, I was about to say you want to kind of keep your distance between yourself and the enemy. I didn't actually see what we were killed by, but it may have been the exact same gun we're using, so that would have been awkward. But again, you'll see it's kind of like, I'm really glad I'm doing this video after doing the origin story video, because one thing I see a lot of in not just Destiny 2 but pretty much any game really is, oh, how do you get better at Crucible, for argument's sake, or how do you get better at Call of Duty maybe, or what's the best weapon to use? The purpose of these weapon reviews, and why I want to do them, is so that people can see different weapons and as a result match them up to their own playing style, because that is the most important thing for you to do. Because it's all very well and good, I can say to you, do you know what? I can say to you, look, you need to use the origin story because it is the best gun. However, that's subjective, and it's the best gun for me because of my playing style, because as we've established, I don't really take time to place my shots and work on precision. I'm a very, I guess, fast-paced player in a sense that I'll just sporadically shoot in the direction of the enemy and hope it hits. So an assault rifle for me is perfect because it allows me that, freedom, I guess, to be able to play that way and enjoy myself because I'm doing well. Whereas with this scout rifle, I would personally say it's a great weapon in PvE. I think it probably has the opportunity to be good in Crucible, but I'm never going to get the same results with this as I would from the auto rifle, purely because of my abilities and how I play. So that's kind of why I'm glad I'm doing these reviews this way, because you'll get to see everything, and it's not just like, I don't want to upload. So there you got to see the hip fire. We had we had hits with the hip fire there. Why are we jumping up here when there's a Captain America? I did not know he was in a super. That was, what is it? Oh, he was standing behind our guy. That's awkward. There's 44 though. 44 and 29. I mean, that'd be one for us to beat. What I want to do is get the Nameless Midlight reviewed at some point, because that is obviously the, I'll tell you what, that's a pulse rifle. No, that is a scout rifle. I want to get the Nameless Midlight reviewed because that's, I know, a scout rifle that everybody says is really good. So it'd be interesting to see how it compares with our 44 headshot and 29 body. Because this is doing quite well. I mean, it's kind of like I said, like, I'm not that overly good with scout rifles in Crucible. Scout rifle is more what I'd be using a lot in PvE maybe, because, in PvE, you got a bit more freedom to, where are they? I know they're here. Is he in here? Oh, he's in here. In PvE, you got a bit more freedom. So, oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, in PvE you got a bit more freedom, so you can use scout rifles. You've got a bit more time to place your shots. Whereas I find in Crucible, you don't really have that time and you need to be a bit more accurate. So we had a 1.67 efficiency, which wasn't not terrible, seeing as the start we had was pretty horrendous. But yeah, I don't think that was too bad. I think overall I'd say that the weapon is solid, the weapon is good. I definitely use it for PvE. Will I use it for Crucible? If I'm honest, no. I'm not going to be changing over for my current setup, which is the origin story and the Uriel's Gift as a secondary. Just because, like I said, it comes down to subjectiveness, and I personally find that the assault rifles really complement my playstyle. So, for me, that's the best thing that I can do. But if you like scout rifles, and if you find that you're particularly good with them, by all means. 7.65, as I thought it would be because of its performance I've had in the Nightfall, it's a solid scout rifle, and it could probably be very competent in Crucible. You saw there we had some good situations, and when you've got the right range between yourself and the enemy, you're going to do well. I seem to get outgunned with the Mida. I genuinely tend to put that down to the fact that I think automatic scout rifles can be a bit hit and miss with their hit reg, just on the basis that you don't necessarily have the same accuracy you will have with a single shot weapon. But yeah, by all means, give it a go, and let me know what you think as well if you found mixed results with it. So before we end this video, because I'm sure everyone's dying to know, we're going to see what exotic we got. Now, before we do this, the last 3 exotics I've had have been Doom Marchers, the Titan boots. Bungie, if you're by any chance watching this video, stop giving me Doom Marchers. Okay, I don't know what they are. We'll have a little look. It's still armour. I mean, we don't really need armour, if I'm honest. Increase melee lunge range, improve melee damage when surrounded, improves reload speed for equipped kinetic weapon. Not terrible. Not too bad. Well, that wraps up the video anyway. I hope you've all enjoyed it, and I hope it's been of use and been interesting at least. I will be back soon with another weapon review. As always, if there's anything you'd like to see, please do comment. And as always, please like the video, comment on the video, share the channel, get the word out there, and let me know if there's anything else you want to see that you feel would help your Destiny experience too. But other than that, thanks for taking the time to watch, and speak to you all soon.